Hi everybody, Larry here. I'm the Pen Bug Guy, and welcome to another episode of Pen Case Talk number 22. So, grab a chair, grab some popcorn, get your favorite beverage, have a sip, relax. This might be a little lengthy. How long? I have no earthly idea, but got some stuff to talk about, to share with you. First of all, next month, September, is almost here, the Dallas Pen Show, which I can't wait. Nope, I'm excited. That's the biggest highlight of my life because my passion and love is right there at that pen show. Yep. Okay. I'll be there Saturday morning. So, if any of you guys out there going to be there, let me know. Love to meet you, shake your hand, and have a quick chat with you, because I know we're all going to be busy out there. Anderson Pens will be out there, so if you're out there, stop by and see Brian and Lisa. Give them a shout and see what they got on their table out there. Plus, there's a whole lot more. Franklin Christoph will probably be out there. And Kevin from Fountain Pen Revolution will probably be out there for sure. Just a whole lot more. And this time I plan on making a more vigorous rounds at the pen show. Because I'm on a mission. And I'm going to take a video out there. So, on we go. Get that out of the way. This month, and thank you for the early birthdays, I'll be a young, now dig this, young, not old, 68, August 10th. Not today, not tomorrow. Give me some time. I'm not ancient yet. Can you dig it? No, I'm still a popping and a going. Thank God for that. So, I've been selling pens. I've been saving like mad. I haven't been able to buy other pens, paper or ink, and I'm actually out of my Tomoe River paper I use to write my letters to my pen pal. I think I may have something, a sheet or two stashed somewhere, but I have, my life paper kicks in next, and then when that's all gone, I have my Rhodia, and I think I have some others, so I'm okay. But, when you're used to a certain paper that kind of sticks with you, well, that's me. So, that's that. Now, to one of my viewers sent me a message, and it was a good message, a kind message. Like in my review, just one thing that I can't get a good close-up because it goes out of focus. And I understand that, and I appreciate your input. But, with the equipment I have, that's going to be the best I can get. So, right now, I want to go back to July 31st. That was on a Monday when I did the paper and ink test at 11:56 a.m. And it was 89 degrees sunny that day. And I hope this is not blurry. So this is the closest we're going to get. We don't want to get too close. We don't want to get too far away. But I just want to show you, it's been about 6 days now, and look at the Birmingham Pen Company inks. After they've been sitting on this life paper for 6 days. Now to me, they even look even nicer, the colors. To me, they're kind of settling in the paper, and I'm seeing a better true color of the inks. So I thought I'd just show that to you all right quick and see what you think, and see if you're getting that same kind of image in your head. And I'll take a picture of this and I'll put it on the site. Okay, so next, I'm going to get away for this for a minute, and I'm going to bring out some Rhodia paper, and I'm going to go back to a few days ago to the Esterbrook that Troy sent me. Thank you, Troy. When I received the pen, I do like Esterbrook. And their nibs, they're okay. They're nothing to write home about. At least I haven't found that right nib yet. So, and I've actually stopped looking, but I am looking for an Esterbrook, a black one and a brown one, a full-size big one, because I really do like them. They're vintage like me. So anyway, so when I decided, you know what, I'm going to ink it, even though I already have, at the time I had eight pens inked already. I dipped it in the bottle of ink, and the first thing I noticed was the lever, which sometimes they call this lever the spoon because of the end of the lever. It's shaped like a spoon. So I noticed that this lever was nice and tight. It had a good leverage feeling to it. It wasn't loose, real nice. So then when I filled the pen up, I noticed something very important, that the pen filled up really nice, fast, and the bubbles were there, and it just had a nice feel to it. It filled up really nice. So I was happy to see that. And then this nib, number 2668, I was saying, well, let's see how it writes. Well, let's do a quick writing test. What do you say? I have some Diamine ink in here, and I'm going to be using the Rhodia line paper, and it's a Fox Time. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? The wetness. Look at that. I wish you were right here with me to put this pen in your hand. Because if you're not a firm believer of Esterbrook vintage pens, or you're kind of like that, you know, and they're okay, if you were to have this nib on your Esterbrook, I think that would change your mind completely. I love this nib. And this nib, this pen, will be in my rotation. And what's cool about it, if I want to change colors, I just unscrew this nib and put it in another Esterbrook. But I'll be looking for other Esterbrook, like I just mentioned, a black and a brown one. And I'm going to try, I want to get another nib like this for sure. But I'm going to try other nibs that I don't have and see how they write as well. But this is a very, very nice, wet, smooth writer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 seconds. Boom. Wet. So, after I got a big smile on my face, because I love nothing better than a wet, juicy nib. Fine on up, as long as it's wet. Even extra fine, which one of my Lamies does that. I emailed Troy real quick and asked him, did he do any work on this pen before he sent it to me? And he wasn't for sure, because he been working on so many that he didn't remember if he changed the bag out and the nib. He could have, but if he did an excellent job. This pen is one righteous pen, and yes, I'm really praising this pen because it wrote that well. So I thought I'd let everybody know that was the writing test. Okay, I'll go on with my next one. going to go back to the Life paper. Another friend of mine, he's a reviewer, Jason. He was asking me about the Pilot Vanishing Point steel nibs. And here they are right here. This is how I got them. This is the yellow one, fine, and the red one's a medium. And they're steel nibs. And I got these off eBay. I bought them from a Japanese dealership. And at the time when I bought these back in either the last part of 2014 or the first month or so in 2015, they don't sell them in the U.S. I don't know if they do now, but if they do, I'm not aware of it. And none of the places that I buy pins at or deal with sell these pins, steel nibs. So Jason asks, how does a steel nib write? Well, believe it or not, they write very well. And they're steel nibs, and a fine nib even. And I'm going to come here because I did a pen nib ink test on live paper. I didn't do the little squishes. I did it with the nibs. You get a totally different effect. I did this on Saturday, on the 5th. That was yesterday at 6:20 p.m. And let's just go on down to the right here. Vanishing Point fine nib steel. I use the Cross black ink. And look. Is it wet? Yes. And then same goes with the red one, medium nib. And I use the Mont Blanc Mystery Black, and again, wet. They write very nice. These are my first, no, I'm sorry, this is my second Vanishing Point to get when I started out with fountain pens after I tried the Jinhao for a while. The first Metropolitan I ever bought was this one, right there. And this is a fine nib. And being new, I still wasn't totally sure about how nibs wrote until finally later I finally found out Japanese nibs are different than other nibs from other countries, like Italian nibs, Western nibs, on and on and on. And so, to answer that question, Mr. Jason, is they write for me extremely well. Now, one of y'all may say, you know what, I'm gonna find me a Vanishing Point or a Japanese steel nib and see if I like it. You may not like it. You might think it's terrible. I like it. And I'm really picky on my nibs. So let's take this fine one out one more time, just for the heck of it, and do it. Wet. Six seconds wet. So this writes real well. That's without any pressure. And this is with some light pressure. Because I'm not going to overdo it and take any chances. That's with some light pressure. And that's regular. So you're not going to get a whole lot. So you're going to find me that I'm not going to push my pen to see on line variation. Once in a while, I may do it, but I'm not going to do it to the extreme. I'll do a very light test on the variation of a nib, but most of the time I won't. But anyway, also wanted to show you the paper nib and ink test on live paper after it's settled down for a day. And then a week later, I'm going to revisit this. And then on both sheets, maybe a month, 2 months down the road, I want to recheck it. But anyway, this is the Jinhao fine medium nib. a nice wet rider. I used that Sherwood Green Diamine, and I used the same Diamine ink on the Karas Customs K. And then the Esterbrook, I did the Diamine Morocco Red. And the Vanishing Point, like I just said, the Cross Black. On the other one was Mont Blanc Mystery Black. On the Vanishing Point, the blue one, the Transformo right here, I did the Diamine Oxford Blood, and I just ran out of ink today on that. So that's been washed and put to rest. And then the Vanishing Point, the blue one with the broad nib, 18K broad nib, I used the Pelikan Edelstein Onyx. And on my Pilot Decimo, 18K medium nib. I like using that Pilot Namaki Blue, and I love that Decimo. You know, Decimo rocks. I love the way it feels in my hand. It's a thinner version of the regular Vanishing Point, but it just feels really nice in my hand. I'm a Vanishing Point guy myself. And then, of course, my love to death, my Lamy 2000 with the 14K medium nib. I use what I call the Lamy Purple, or is it called Lamy Violet? But anyway, it's purple to me. Nice rider. And this is how it looks. And then on the back of the paper, as always, no bleed through. So, I really like this paper. Life is some good paper, in my opinion. Well, that covers that. Now, I believe it's August the 15th. It's going to be a Saturday, I believe. I have to recheck my calendar, but I am going to have my first live interview and meet my first custom pen maker, Jim Hinze, H-I-N-Z-E, if that's how to pronounce the last name. And he's going to give me a tour of his workshop and show me how he makes fountain pens. So I'm really excited for that. My first time ever to get to do this, and it's an honor for me that Jim invited me over to his place and taken the time to show me how pens are made and to tell me his story so I can share with you guys his journey on fountain pens. And then, not on that day, but sometime down the road, he has offered to teach me how to make my first fountain pen. Wow. Can you believe that? Wow, that kind of made my day. Me making the fountain pen? Can you see that? Wow. So, okay. Next I want to talk about the Baron Fig giveaway. I think I had about 15 people that were interested in the giveaway. It wasn't overwhelming, and I would think it would be because that's an excellent notebook. I like the paper. Baron Fig is great stuff. So, what I'm thinking of doing is on the subscribers, when I reach 1,000, I'm giving that pen away, the one I've showed you before. That Monte what do you call it? Monte Moderne or Marta Medina. Marta Medina pen. Give that away when I reach 1,000, and right now I'm at 764 on the subscriber list and growing. And thanks to all of you new subscribers that have joined up. Appreciate it, guys. You guys rock. And another shout and thank you to all you guys that started the journey with me and have continued to hang with me. So, I'm thinking about doing a big giveaway. But I'm not going to do it unless I have enough interest from you guys. Would you rather have just the pin that I showed when I reached 1,000 subscribers, or would you like to have one big giveaway? We can have it one or the other. I can do a bear and fig giveaway with the people that have already showed interest, or I can have one giveaway when I reach that 1,000 mark. So I can tell you that it's probably going to come from 3 areas. I'm going to be doing my part in the box. Then another part's going to be coming from Anderson fountain pen that I'm going to, I'll pay for it, and then I'll send them the winner's name and address so they can mail it, whatever I'm going to buy from Anderson Pen, to send the lucky person. And then I'm going to be sending, be right back, don't go away. I'm going to be sending one of these great, awesome pen cases, which I got off eBay, and the dealer's name, Mr. Announcer, is?
WKIFFIN.
Griffin. You can find him on eBay. And this is it. Beautiful leather case. I think they come in 3 different colors, and they're made to his specifications. On the loops, they're made different so they can hold large pens really nice. And this is to one of the viewers that asked me about this particular pen case. On the loops, will it not hurt the clip, make it loose? And I told him no, it won't. In fact, I just got out of this case today, and I carry, I'll show you one real quick. I've carried big pens. This is one of the pens I'm selling. I'll tell you about this later. It's got a great deal coming up on it. This beautiful Delta 14K gold nib, broad nib in it, and that's sterling silver. Beautiful nib. So this goes into it just fine. It's not going to scratch your pens. It keeps them secure. It holds it just fine. And then I'll just put this vanishing point in there. And I'll put a Lamy in there, what I have available. And they work just fine. Or switch it around, and I can put my Esterbrook in there. Love that Esterbrook. And to give you another idea, you know, it's different. It's different when you're on the other side of the camera. When you're watching and not actually doing it yourself. So I'll put this big old hunker in there. Fits fine. And this Jinhao 750 in. Fine. And this pen is, you know, it doesn't really have, it does have a name, but let me see if I can get that name out for you. Can you see that better than me?
Sherpa.
Okay, I've never heard of that brand. I got this pen, was it 2015? And Mr. Announcer got it for me. I think he got it at Office Depot or something like that. It's a great pen. And this is how it fills up right here. Right there, you pull that out. And you can read that on there on the pen.
The web page address is sherpapen.com. That's SHERPA pen.com.
So if anybody's ever heard of this one, give me a shout. But this is how it feels up here. This little fella right here. So it's a nice pen. the only issues I've had with this pen is the cap. It keeps coming off, so I've got to figure out a way to stop that. And I've been working on it little by little, not like every day, but I've tightened the cap up a little bit. You hear that nice snap on it, but it writes really well. So, anyway, I hope this helps a little on this pen case to the viewer that has asked me that question. All right, we're just moving along here. Put some of this stuff away. I cannot believe it's already August the 5th. 6th. Sorry about that. August the 6th. Time is moving along, is it not? Now, let's get back to this pen. I have these pens listed on my site, on Facebook, on Larry's fountain pen group, and some other ones. And I did bring the price down to $247. This pen cost some bucks when I first bought it, $4 something. And right now, I don't know if it's still on eBay, a used one is running at $300, and this has that wonderful 14K gold broad nib, and it's in immaculate condition. I mean immaculate. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Just needs a good home where somebody would love to use it on a regular basis. Well, for a limited time, and I'll mention the price on this one, I'm going to be selling this at really a steal, $199. You won't find this type of pen, this type of nib, this type of condition anywhere. I challenge that. That's how well taken care of and hardly ever used for this low amount of money. But that pen show is getting closer, and I need to sell. Plus, I need to sell pens that I really don't use a lot, so I can be able to buy other pens, so I can share with everybody else. So that is one of the pens I wanted to show you. And it'll come in just like that. This is how I got it from Marta Medina when I bought it from them. Came from Italy. And I'll show you some pens real quick. Here is the turn this around, Monteverde Invincia, beautiful pen. Gorgeous orange, black nib, medium steel nib, great writer, comes with your converter, hardly ever used. I love the pen, and I hate to part with any of them. But one, they need to be used. Two, I need to be able to buy other pens, and you get your warranty cards and stuff inside. So, that's for sale. You want to know the price? You can email me. And look at this Regretta, Monteverde Regretta. And this one even has the cartridges inside. That's how hardly unused it's been in your warranty. Super nice, beautiful pen. And you got your converter inside. It's ready to go. This pen, I just inked it up, I don't know, maybe 3 times. And I didn't ink them up all the way. And I like that magnetic closure on it. See there? It's a great pen. It's going to be a great price. Beautiful red and black. It's just a gorgeous dynamite pen. Oh, love this pen. But there could be a lucky buyer out there that really would love this pen, that would really appreciate it. Oh, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. And the last of the Monteverde Invincia is another gorgeous pen. Look at this lime green one. To die for. Beautiful color. I love it. I like the patterns on the barrel. Another medium black steel nib with a ink converter. And you can tell, look at that ink converter. You know, when they've been used a lot, you can start telling that converter starts looking, you know, not as bright, clear. So, yeah, you know, yeah, I need to sell them. Yes, I need the money. But if I don't sell them, I'm okay with it too, because they save with me. And here is the card, warranty card, instructions inside. The little cartridges, I'm sure I have them somewhere around, because I don't use cartridges. I think I'll be just putting them all up somewhere. I just have to find them. Yeah. So let's go into the Conklin. Here's a beautiful baby for you here. Beautiful pen case. The blue ice with that Conklin logo on top. Beautiful color. It's just a beautiful pen, and it writes just as good as it looks. Beautiful nib, number 6 medium nib. Look at that converter. Clear as a whistle. Nice pen. Love the pen. Anything here? Yeah, you got your warranty card and stuff inside from Yafa. So, there's that one. And I use PayPal. And last but not least, on this one, another Conklin right here. And this is the amber one. Conklin Durograph, the amber one. Beautiful pen. Love that amber color. Beautiful pen. Conklin number 6. Conklin nib. Medium nib. And here's your ink converter. And remember, these converters screw in and screw out. Don't be trying to pull on them if you're not sure how they go in or out. But if you always in doubt, you can always unscrew to be sure that it is unscrewable. And even if it's not unscrewable, you can just do it anyway to make sure if you're not sure. So that way it's going to come out. So when you pull it out, you're going to tell if it's screw or unscrewable type. And you get your cards in there. So like I said, you can email me and I'll get back to you. The buyer will pay for shipping. And remember, if you live out of the U.S., it's going to cost a lot more. When a buyer buys from me that lives in the U.S., they all go out priority. because there's a tracking number. And I think they're like 750, 780, 790, something like that. And then in the medium box, it's like almost $14, $13.99, $13.90. But then, let's see if it goes to India or UK, different parts of the country, that $7.90, let's say, small box was going to turn into $22 and maybe even more, depending where the person lives, what part of the country. And for that medium-sized box, that's a little over $13, goes up to, what did they say, 70? 70 bucks, depending where that person lives. And there's some countries, the post office was telling me that they do not even ship to because of that country will not accept. So, which ones are they? I don't know. The post office clerk didn't know until they actually have a physical address to look it up. So, and again, remember, I use PayPal. So, I hope that clears up some of that. Okay. Next question is, back to Birmingham Inks. Has anybody yet tried the Knox fountain pens? I'd love to hear about them. I have interest in those pens. But like I said, that I am not going to buy anything. I'm not able to until after the pen show. I'll give you a heads up. I did buy me an early birthday present. Just ordered it today with some of the money I had saved up. And I'm going to share it with you because I just can't hold it back anymore. I bought me I hate to spoil it, but another Mont Blanc, 146 Legrand, rose gold. I really wanted the Mont Blanc 90th anniversary. And I checked with Anderson Pens and they're out of stock. And I asked, can they order it? And Dave on the phone told me no, they couldn't order it. They're out and that's it. I've looked at other pen sites and they don't have the 90th anniversary. So that's the one I really, 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 really wanted. Not going to get it. So it took me a while to decide. So I've ordered my pen. So I should get confirmation hopefully tomorrow that it be on the way. And then I have another pen that probably 2 or 3 weeks away, maybe sooner, that I'm not going to reveal. I'm just going to show you when it gets here. That's a surprise. And I'll tell you the story about that surprise coming in. So, I had some questions from some viewers that said, Larry, we're glad to see you're getting into some higher end pens. Does that mean you're not going to be showing or sharing the lower end pens? Well, that's an easy question. But thanks for the question. I'll never do that. I started out on very low-end pens. And I have told myself it's about time that I really get out there and see what higher-end pens are. I've bought some mid-range pens and some high-range pens. Not as high as the ones I've bought lately, but pretty darn high. I mean, when you spend $300, $400, anywhere from, to me, $300 to $1,000 are high-end pens, right? And then middle of the road for me, I would say, are 40 to 100. But then I'd put the 150 in a high range price tag for me. So no, I'm never going to forget about Gin House. I'm going to keep using them. The Pilot Metropolitan, a great pen. That's who I am. I love my pens. And I've still continued to get questions. Which is my favorite pen? And I'm still giving that same answer. I don't have one. People thinking that, well, you got the Mont Blanc 149, they would think that would be my favorite pen. It's one of my top dogs, yeah. So, will I ever be able to choose one pen? That's a good question. Only time will tell. But I truly love my Mont Blanc 149. That's why, well, to be honest with you, I'm into Mont Blancs. Once I got the feel and taste for it, I'm in. I also had that same taste for the Visconti fountain pens. Beautiful fountain pens. Nice writers. Write extremely well. At least the ones I have. Other ones, the higher ends, even the lower ends, are Lamys. Great fountain pens. Love the fountain pen. Lamy just makes some great pens. Twisby's has some great pens. I like their pens as well. Well, there's a lot of them that I really enjoy. Esterbrook's. Montegrappa, I have one. Waterman, I have two now, I think. I got that Harley Davidson Waterman that I've done a review on. Monteverde pens, Conklin pens, love them to death. Great pens, Delta pens. I can go on and on. Noodlers. So, I just have this really passion for fountain pens. It's really, and not just words, it's a passion. It's a love that I've never, ever felt for in my life till I actually picked up that fountain pen once again. And I knew that this was meant for me. Just too bad that my health isn't all that good and I'm not able to work anymore. If I was, I'd have all kinds of pens up there showing you guys, and I'd be doing some really cool, great giveaways. But unfortunately, I'm what you call a surviving reviewer. So, another question on the PayPal and Patreon. Which one do I prefer? Either one, they're both there. And it's whatever you can afford. And again, the story behind that is I was never going to add that on to my site. But a lot of my reviewers, and this is the God's truth, send me some comments that, Larry, it would really help you. You can, that way you're able to buy other pens so you can show all of us. So I did that, and it's not setting the road on fire, but it helps a little bit, but every little bit helps. It really does, believe it or not. And I want to thank you guys, the ones that have been sending me the donations through PayPal and Patreon. I haven't mentioned names because I'm not sure if you want your name mentioned or not, but if you want your name mentioned, I'll more than be glad to mention your name. I've had a few that want to stay anonymous, so I respect that. And I've had people that send me pens, papers, and other things that want to stay anonymous. I respect that. But the ones that don't, I'm glad to mention their name. I'm honored to get them. I'm just, when I get something in the mail, a package, I don't care if it's a Jin Hao or a Pilot Metropolitan. I don't care. It's for me. That person thought of me. And, you know, it could be a Mont Blanc. It could be a Van Scotti. Karas Custom. I've got some of those from my viewers, which I appreciate with all my heart. I love Karas Custom. You know, I love the Karas Custom ink. That's a bigger pen than the Karas Custom K. And then I've got the K that just came in, Karas Custom. I love that pen as well. Smaller pen, but I love it. So now I have 3 Karas Custom pens, 2 of the ink and 1 of the K. And I'm going to later buy a different nib for the K and a different nib for the ink. Yep, I got that right. And I do want to collect some more. I really like the large, heavy pens, and these fit the bill. So, it's 3:12, so I've been at this a little over 30 minutes. So, how does it feel to be almost 68? One of my viewers asked me. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know. I feel the same. I mean, are you supposed to feel a certain way? Well, I hope not. I mean, if it wasn't for my illness that I have, I'd be great. I'd be to go. But that's my only hurdle right now is my health issue. And that makes my days really hard to cope with each and every day. And it really is a struggle for me to do what I need to do each and every day. Then that depression sets in on top. That's another bummer. And I'm fighting 2 evils at one time. But if there's a will, there's a way. And I've got to keep fighting, because if I don't fight and just stop, then it just kind of assumes you. And then ain't nothing left but the crying time. It's gone. So, I love life too much to ever say I quit. So, hope that answered that question. But what age would I like to be if I had a choice? Well, that's a good one. I like being 15. I had a great time. But I had a great time growing up in the 50s. Had a great, marvelous, stupendous time. Went exploring into houses that were vacant. People, you know, left them. And I found all kind of neat things inside. I didn't tear up anything. I didn't break in a house. They left the back door, front door open. So I went in and got dishes or spoons, forks. Found some billfolds, folders, ballpoint pens, mechanical pencils, paper, neat kind of treasures for me at that age. I went down the alleys back then and looking for, I call them horn toads, cute little guys. And then remember those little bugs that make that noise? They rattle and the birds get them in the summertime. I forgot the words for them. Are they locusts?
Cicadas.
Cicadas, thank you, sir. Those are cool little guys. And then, of course, the lightning bugs, and they call them fireflies. And remember the frogs? Love frogs, cool frogs. I don't see any frogs lately. I saw one last year, little baby frog. But I had a great time growing up. Get up early in the morning, go outside and play all day, come home to eat, you know, and go out and play again. And going to the park, the zoo, all the time. And I had the money going on rides. I remember looking for soda pop bottles and going to the store and selling them. I think you got, was it 2 or 3 cents a bottle, then later you got a nickel, depending. And that's how I bought my candy. And back then I think it was 3 or 4 for a penny. That was cool, wasn't it? Got some good stuff. But no, those, that would be a cool age. Or age 19 would be great. So, that's that on the age. Well, I think I'm going to cut it down now because I've jabbered enough. So let me know what you all think about the pens I have for sale if you have any interest in them. Especially on this beautiful red and orange Delta 14K broad nib. So, until our next journey, next Sunday, I hope each and every one of you stay safe. Be safe. Don't take any risks. One last thing I need to add. There's a whole lot of reviewers out. All of us are different. And the reviewer, in my opinion, I'll just use me for example. I'm not the star of the show. The stars of the show are the pens. The pen cases we use. The notepads. The paper. Whatever we use to do a review, those are the stars. We're doing a presentation. Now remember, all of us have different opinions. Just because I, say this and that about a pen or a product, and I like it, doesn't mean you're going to like it. And you can check many other reviewers, that's what I do. And you'll probably hear basically the same thing, that they like the pen for whatever reason. So let's say you listen to 5 or 6 reviewers, and they basically say the same thing. They like the pen. So you go out and get the pen. And then it doesn't meet your expectations. So then you think, or say to yourself, well, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This pen sucks. Blech. Well, it's not that it sucks. It's just doesn't fit you for whatever reason. So you need to be careful what you buy, how you buy. But if something is really bad that I review, I'll let you know. I'm not going to dog any product, but I'll let you know, all I can about the product. But every reviewer is different on presentations. But the star is what we show you guys. But then the biggest star of the whole picture show is you. Without you, the viewers, us reviewers would not be needed. We would be obsolete. So, you guys are the stars as well. You're my stars. You guys keep me going. You keep me pumping. You keep me want to keep pushing that level. Keep pushing it more and more. You're the ones that help me to create, to produce, to come alive, to make things happen. Give me ideas. Give me the strength. Show me the support, the dedication, the trust. And I'm honored. That's going to do it. God bless each and every one of you. And I mean that from here. Have a super blessed day. Be safe. And please don't text and drive. Later, folks. I'm out of here.